Hello, Ka-Edu! Welcome to SEEL 121, Technology in Teaching and Learning 2 in Language Education. Module 1 presents an introduction of technology integration in language education and its pivotal role in the accomplishment of better learning and teaching outcomes. It also provides major concepts on 21st century skills, the K-12 curriculum framework, and the English curriculum. Thereby, a scholarly examination of the English curriculum guide from sample matrices is facilitated for pre-service teachers and future professionals to rationalize and develop multiliteracies and skills in ICT, integrated language teaching and learning. It is expected that you will be able to draw connections between concepts, discuss the importance of communication skills in relation to becoming a good digital communicator, relate the importance of understanding copyright and fair use guidelines as a teacher, discuss the principles, outcomes, and guidelines of the K-12 curriculum frameworks in English, examine the curriculum guide and come up with the alignment matrix, explore and rationalize the use of ICT in teaching specific units or topics from the curriculum guide. 21st century skills. Education, like language, is constantly evolving. Learners and even teachers need to be equipped with a broad set of knowledge, work habits, skills, and character traits which are critically contributory for success in today's time. The 21st century skills are outlined from various frameworks. These categories are bracketed based on its importance in the workplace and in the society. Among them includes partnership for 21st century, a joint government corporate organization which categorized these skills into three major areas. The international research project called Assessment and Teaching of 21st Century Skills is another initiative to systematize 21st century skills. It consists of 10 skills into 4 categories, cited by Laar et al. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development also determined the 21st century skills as information, communication, and ethics and social impact. These categories are marked through the following areas. These frameworks and categories of 21st century skills are generally based on 21st century teaching and learning. It is in response to how learners should be taught in the digital era when everything is just in the World Wide Web, in multimedia platforms and e-forms. The 21st century skills are identified with competencies as a result of knowledge and skills in progression. The Partnership for 21st Century Skills has proposed 6 key elements for fostering 21st century learning. Emphasis on core subjects. It is more on the understanding of content subjects to a higher level. English, language and arts, world languages, economics, science, geography, history, government and civics. Emphasis on learning skills. It is more on lifelong learning, especially in learning information and communication skills, thinking and problem-solving skills, and interpersonal and self-directional skills. Usage of 21st century tools to develop learning skills. Students need to be proficient in the usage of information and communication technology or ICT, digital tools and applications, relate and form new knowledge out from these 21st century tools. Also, students learn to participate in the school, community, society, and the world. Teach and learn the 21st century content. It includes significant content areas like global awareness and various literacies to equip them to be globally competitive. Teach and learn the 21st century context. The establishment of collaborative engagement and in-depth understanding of lessons among students generally promote better learning as they apply these lessons in their daily lives. Usage of 21st century assessment to measure 21st century skills. This includes assessments which can measure students' creativeness, innovativeness, and skills that are real-life situation-based. The 4 C's of 21st century skills are the integral implementation of what learners need and how learners respond in the innovative era and in the new normal environment. The emergence of the new learning paradigm with the inclusion of these super skills will equip learners with the in-demand edge, competencies, and standards. The K-12 curriculum framework. DepEd Order No. 21 Series of 2019 issued the policy and guidelines on the K-12 basic education program. It aims to provide a general guide of the academe in the organization, management, and implementation of the K-12 basic education program on areas of curriculum for each key stage, required components, and frameworks for various dimensions and monitoring. The goal of the K-12 curriculum is for all learners to have equal access to quality and relevant education, as all learners can choose their own career paths. It is expected that it will produce graduates who are armed with the 21st century skills, information, media and technology skills, learning and innovation skills, communication skills, and life and career skills, and the application of these skills in life and in workplace. In language and literature education, communication skills enable learners to easily adapt to present and future challenges and opportunities. Various components like teaming, collaboration, interactive communication, and interpersonal skills are parts of the 21st century skills and are integrated in all areas developed through learning competencies and standards. Principles and guidelines of an effective language arts and multiliteracies curriculum. The guiding principles of an effective language arts and multiliteracies curriculum are anchored on the following. Language art and literacies are central to all learning. Language and literacies are tools for making meaning across learning contexts. Learners need a broad communicative repertoire in order to interact and navigate multiple types of texts and social contexts. Language and literacies are context-dependent. There are multiple ways of knowing and seeing the world, multiple modes of communication and understanding, multiple variations of language and dialects, which language and literacies can make this divergence more engaging and meaningful. Language learning and literacy learning is complex, continuous, and recursive. It is learning focused on reflection as a dynamic web of dynamic interactions and relationships. Language and literacies develop differently for each individual. Learners have diverse ways of developing and expanding their language and literacies. Educators are called upon to be more innovative in creating learning spaces among learners. Language and literacies are enacted through inextricably connected practices. Authentic learning experiences are derived from all sorts of diverse practices. In support, educators plan for better learning opportunities to deepen learning. For further reading, check the English Language Arts Curriculum Framework, a living document. The guiding principles of the K-12 Language Arts and Multiliteracies Curriculum of the Philippines can be viewed from the K-12 English Curriculum Guide. There are 5 components of a curriculum. Framework of general assumptions in between learners and the society as to needs, motivation and interests, values, aptitudes and skills, demands and societal responsibilities. Aims, goals and objectives where schools are directed from, subject matter or content with the selection, scope and sequence of learning areas, modes of instruction or learning experiences which includes teaching methodologies, learning environments and instructional materials, evaluation approaches which include formative and summative assessments. The English curriculum has 4 components. Component 1, language learning process. Spiral progression, interaction, integration, learner-centeredness, contextualization, and construction. It illustrates learning processes that will affect acquisition and learning of the language. It explains the how of language learning and serves as guiding principles in language teaching. Component 2, effective language use. Understanding culture, understanding language, process, and strategies. It describes knowledge and skill areas which are essential to effective language use. Component 3, making meaning through language. It shows the interdependence and interrelationship of the macro skills of the language. Component 4, holistic assessment. It serves as feedback of effectiveness to students, teachers, school administrators, and curriculum developers. What makes technology a part of language education? Questions? Check our Google Classroom for the learning tasks. See you, TechMates!